What's going on, guys? We got a Cup of Nations playoff game here from I think the first round of the playoffs. We have Sofado as Rome and Pirx as Makedon here. So let's go through the Roman build here. Vigile, 2 Vigiles, 3 Vigiles. Looks like a Spear Gladiatrices, 2 Syrian Archers, Avocadi, Praetorians, Avocadi, so 4 Avocadi, 1 Praetorians, very strong infantry, and then actually some strong cavalry, Equite, then 2 Saki Equite Extraordinaria, so Roman shot cav brought there, and then another Saki Equite. So you can see strong infantry, and a couple of Syrian archers, which could be dangerous, although there are a lot of missiles on the field for Makedon here. Looks like we got a Rhodian, Slinger, so 4 Slingers and 2 Rhodian Slingers on the field for Makedon. Then we have a line of 4 Pikes. If you've seen other battles of Pirx, he's been doing this pretty consistently and to great effect. And then he's also got 3 Thracian warriors, and then 6 cav. Looks like we got 4 Thessalian cav, 1 companion cav. I think there was a citizen cav as well, somewhere. Yeah, it's actually flanking around here. So he has 4 Thessalian cav, no 5 Thessalian cav, a companion cav, and a citizen cav. So very strong cav missiles. He's got this pike line that's gonna be really hard to break because Rome definitely doesn't have enough missiles to break it, because these Syrian archers will be mercilessly slaughtered by these 6 slinger units here. It's going to be interesting to see how Rome's going to be able to deal with this, though. He does have a good cavalry force, although again not as good, but his infantry is very good. But there's not much for the infantry to actually kill. That's kind of the problem. Now, in previous battles for Pirx, he brought a couple thorax swords, but he's totally neglected them in this battle, probably thinking that the thorax swords are just going to die to the Roman infantry very easily anyway, so it's not even worth his time. So he's bringing a very skirmish heavy build behind these pikes and shock cav and shock infantry. It's going to be very interesting. I guess the citizen cav is just waiting in the rear to maybe catch off the general or something. And now Sofado is trying to decide how to engage here. Doesn't want to engage maybe frontally, and that'll just get him slaughtered here. So he's got to be able to flank around somehow. But it's going to be hard, because as he tries to flank around, these slingers will have good angles to just shoot onto them, and these shock cav come into play on the flank, so it's going to be difficult for sure. Let's just fast forward here until the battle actually starts. They're just rotating around here. Looks like Sofado's trying to push up now, trying to get his units around the flank here. And we can see this Spear Gladiatrices is being targeted, and they're going to die quickly, very quickly, with kind of small shields. Only 40 armor on these guys, and yeah, they're starting to die extremely quickly. Syrian archers are getting some kills on these Rhodians, but there are a lot. Now he's gonna get a shock cav charge. This is really well played, actually. I'm not sure why he wanted to withdraw. Now he's charging his Spear Gladiatrices, so it's gonna be hard for these cavs to actually do that much, although they will be effective on the charge. A lot of kills there, and now these pikemen are totally done, and Thessalians realize they're not going to be able to do anything here. And this is a really good start. Really smart charge by the by Sofado's shock cav there to get rid of these pikes. But now it comes in a double shock cav charge. His general and a Thessalian charging in here. They're going to get counter charged by 2 units though. Of course, these charges will be very deadly though. And now he brings in this is the brilliance of Pirx's build. He charges in cav, but now these Thracian warriors have so much damage against large. On the charge, they're just, look at them racking up kills so quickly, it's actually insane. But now he can charge in these Avocadi, but now the cycle charge comes in. These pikemen are dying, but now look, so many blobs are being created here for these shock cav to do so much. Now he's trying to chase them, but these slingers are just protected, and they're just focus firing, and now these cavalry get a flank charge in here. These Thracians are being able to be withdrawn, and they got 31 kills there very easily. Shock cav will countercharge, but this is why this is so hard, and you know these citizen cav actually did get caught by the Saki too, so they'll die. But this is why it's so hard to fight this build. There's just so much shock cav on the field, and every second you waste, these slingers are just raining down death on you, so it's extremely difficult to actually get any kills. Of course, he doesn't want to lose his general here, so he will have to withdraw. These Saki Actes have done really well, and some of his Sicilians are slowly dying, and these Thracians will definitely be dead here in a second. But the focus fire of these slingers is mercilessly slaughtering these Equites. And these Gladiatrices, not able to do anything here. But it's actually fairly even. He does need to rotate his army over very quickly though. He has lost a lot to cav, and that's always the problem. He does want to probably charge into these companions. but these companions are going to do really well. It's just a very hard army to fight, to be honest, and now he gets a second charge from these Equites, which looks like Sofado forgot about them there. These Thracians are dying, but they're not a really big part of the plan. The question is, how is he going to be able to kill all of these slingers? It's gonna be really difficult. Now to Sofado's credit, a lot of the cav are actually slowly dying here for Makedon, and this is really good because if the cav are dead, I mean maybe the slingers will be able to pull out the battle, but I'm not sure. Did try to charge in here, but there's so many slingers still alive. Now these archers are going to do great damage to these slingers because they're blob. But these cavalry are escaping, and they have taken heavy casualties. Only a couple of cav are remaining here. So you see 4 cav, and one of them is very weak. Rome only has 1 really big cav. Actually 2. These Sake Equites are still alive. And then maybe Sofado forgot about them, so this is smart from Pirx, trying to go kill them. Meanwhile, these Avocados are getting cycled to death here, and they are in no shape to do that. Another Spear Gladiatrices is alive here. And meanwhile, these Pikes are trying to form up, but they're not really going to be able to do much. These archers are getting attacked though, and this is really not good. Doesn't want to lose it. These Praetorians are good, but they're kind of isolated. These Thracians could be deadly. He's going to sacrifice his Avocado here to break this charge. He does have Spear Gladiatrices though, so this could actually be good counter, because there's no way for these Thessalians to maybe escape. But he does turn away just in time, actually. Sofado was microing these guys, so he was able to escape. And meanwhile, he's done a pretty good job. He's killed off most of the Pikes. There's only 2 left, and 1 is dying. Most of the cav is also pretty low. But now this Gladiatrice will definitely be killed here. They're gonna get in here, but you can see they're not gonna fare well there. And you can just see how quickly Pirx is pulling out before these Gladiatrices have much time to actually do anything. He will catch a couple Thessalians, and that's good for him. Avocado is flanking around, but these Gladiatrices are just taking so many losses. We look at the companions: 138 kills, 40 kills on these guys, 94, and 11. So actually not the best amount of kills. These Sake Equites will murder these citizen cav, and this is kind of dangerous. You could maybe pull through, but I mean, once he kills this unit, there's going to be so much focus fire on these Equites that there's nothing you can even do. But there are 2 cav around the flank though, and now he's calling the bluff of Pirx here, saying, are you going to try to defend all your slingers here? And there's not much to actually do that, so this could be dangerous. He charges in here, and now these slingers are actually quite exposed in a dangerous spot. He only has 2 cav to defend against these 2 cav, and these Equites are going to destroy the Sicilian cav, which is very low. General's going to die though. He needs to use all his like cav abilities, anti-cav abilities on these Spear Gladiatrices right now, because they can really really fuck up some cav on their day. And now, yes, he's going to be able to maybe get in here, but look at all these slingers. They're just going to focus this cav down. I actually think he's going to get in, but these Thracians are coming. Meanwhile, these Pikes are just distracting a few units, but these companions are actually almost dead. These Spear Gladiatrices did an excellent job, actually. I want to see how many kills. Yeah, 51 kills. And the general dies. This is almost the most perfect timing I've ever seen. The general literally just died. And these slingers were all low on morale, and they're all routing now. There's a real chance here for Sofado to turn this around. I didn't think it was possible. There's got a lot of infantry left, but we'll have to kill these slingers. Now you can see Pirx is kind of desperate here, charging in, but these are Praetorians, and they don't really give a fuck what these Thessalians want. They'll just slaughter them. These Spear Gladiatrices are light, and so they're actually able to catch up with his companions, and look, they're routing them. These Equites should actually stay in this fight and duke it out, because these if he has just infantry left in the game, these slingers are not going to be able to do anything against the Testudo formation. So I'm actually really impressed with how Sofado played this, because he was able to get around the flank really well with these 2 units, but he did benefit from a really lucky timing where the general died and then he got into the slingers, because usually those slingers, there's so many of them, they wouldn't really rout, they wouldn't really care. But because the general was dead, they were in red morale and they got charged, and they just immediately routed. Sofado also did a good job keeping his general alive. Can be kind of hard when they're a target of focus fire, but he's also got his infantry was also crucial. I think I'm not sure why Pirx didn't just keep kiting. He had a lot of room here, but he decided to kind of stand and fight with his Pikes. Maybe just delay, and he did a good job of that. But ultimately, it was these 2 cavalry units coming around the flank that really messed it up. And now these slingers are being caught, and the general's bodyguard is here to chase them down. So actually, Sofado is going to come out with the win, and I think the Spear Gladiatrices definitely get the MVP in this one. They did a lot of good work. in these cav fights and turn them around, because it was at first looking very good for Macedon there, but the Romans were able to tank it out in a really good way. And there's pretty much nothing that Pirx can do here with these Syrians and all these infantry that can just go into Sofado if they need to be, but obviously these guys are caught, and the battle is definitely over. The general's probably dead though. Not. Anyway, these slingers are going to get charged, and these Praetorians, you can see 200 kills on them, doing a really good job. It's going to be interesting to see the kill distribution as well, because a lot of interesting fights were going down. It's a really interesting game in all, and you can see the Assyrians were still alive. Probably have a lot of kills on these guys too. Well, not so much, but decent. Let's go see the kills. We can see most of Sofado's cav didn't actually do that well, but these two units, this Saki Equite and this Equite, were just enough to actually win the battle. Because if all those slingers were alive in the endgame, it would have been pretty difficult. Meanwhile, you can also see that the infantry for Sofado was mostly still alive, which is a testament to just how tanky those Roman infantry are. And even though they were getting cycled, they still managed to A, get a lot of kills, and B, mostly survive without losing too many men. And they did deal with those pikes pretty handily. You can see 73 and 58 kills on these two pikes, actually pretty good. But the real issue is that most of this cav was not able to do as well as I thought they would, honestly, because we saw the Companion and this Thessalian at the start of the game. They were fighting on the right, and they had so much success just like cycle charging and getting out of fights effectively with the combination of these Thracians. But we can see these Thracians were just not good enough against these Roman infantry. Even on the charge, you'd expect them to do really well, but they weren't able to. And these Spear Gladiatrices were honestly fantastic. And you can see 230 kills in total on all cav pretty much is really impressive. And it definitely won Sofado the game. Without that, these cav would have been too healthy, I think. So that was the first game. I'm not sure if this is a best of 3 or what, but there's definitely more games to come. It's a good game. Thanks for watching, guys. See you guys next time.